Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I accidentally did something I didn't want to do. If you guys caught on to what happened, please. I'm really fucking mad at myself for doing that. Guys, please. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed right now. Didn't want to do that. Let's try this again. Now, unfortunately, I'm not gonna really talk about what just happened. But I had to restart the stream. I deleted it. I'm just a little careful with some of the things that I want to share on screen. And unfortunately, one of the things I wanted to be careful about kind of slipped. It did show my actual name. So I'm sure someone got a fucking clip of it. If you do have a clip of my name, please don't fucking dox me. I would really appreciate that. So yeah, we're gonna try this again, but I'm not gonna show the whole fucking screen this time. All right, so we are currently at 8% profit, which is the actual profit target that needs to be hit, but I need to hit 2 more trading days. So, yeah, all I need to do is just trade like $1 or $2 next 2 days, and we should be good. I'm sure there's one person out there. There's gotta be one person who knows by now. Fuck, I did not want that to happen. It's been 2 years. You know what's funny? I saw a thing pop up the other day that the channel was actively streaming for just over 2 years now. So 2 years we had a good run. I knew it was gonna happen at some point. Was so quick I couldn't read though. I'm sure no one was quick enough. I was quick enough, and if I was quick enough, maybe someone else was quick enough. So, I'm not telling you my name, BetaBot. I'm sorry. You got my first. I mean, you can see my first initial on yesterday's stream. But I'm not gonna tell you my actual name. I'm sorry. I'm not doxing myself. Maybe one day, but I just don't. At the moment, I just don't feel comfortable doing so. So yeah, we're currently in profit. Oh, sorry, I was going over the trade. So I got in a little bit of a later entry. All right, took a while, and the 100K profit hit relatively early. And I pretty much took like a nap for like an hour. And by the time this session started, there we go. That was our TP. And so yeah. So now we're just waiting. We might, to be honest, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not too confident that I mean, this can change at any moment. But based on what I'm seeing and how price has been moving, I'm probably going to be looking for a Great British Pound entry. I'm not going to be too eager on Euro unless Euro continues to keep dropping. But at this point, we're just waiting. We have the sweep. We need a little bit more of a push to the downside to sweep the low. LOL, I never even know a girl that doesn't tell me her name. Well, I'm sure, I mean, there's a lot of people out there who have are somewhat present on social media who don't actually use a real name. And I signed up for my actual name because apparently they're gonna be they want to like verify your some of these platforms want to verify your identity. So yeah, if I was a nobody, or if I wasn't on YouTube as often, or if I just don't like having that out there. At some point, maybe I will. Who knows? If I am gonna do that, I'm probably going to wait till if I ever move, pretty far away from where I am now, or I just don't, because I'm still kind of relatively in the same area where I grew up in. So yeah. Oh, we might actually get a Euro entry. Holy shit. Heard so many complaints regarding slippage in live accounts of Funded Next. It's weird. I haven't had any issues. Slippage wasn't that bad for me when I was taking the trade earlier. It was noticeable, but it wasn't as crazy as I was expecting. Also, understand, Pratish, slippage is a lot worse when it comes to like more volatility, especially around news events. So the majority of people probably don't trade the way that we do. So I think because they're more aggressive, they're banking on volatility, they're going to be more prone to slippage. That's from what I've seen. It seems like when the market is more volatile, you run into issues with slippage. For me, I haven't really seen that with Funded Next. So yeah. Grant, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Yes, a fake name would be the easy excuse for them not to pay you. Exactly. True. Real name might get hacked easier. Yes, exactly, Vedabot. Exactly. My phone. Looking for my phone. I got it. Let's see. His name is Johnny Sins, but with hair and fat. Exactly. I was watching a guy let two hackers to hack his life for 36 hours. End up, they bought a house with his ID using crypto. That's crazy. That is crazy. I won't dox you for less than 100K, so it's all good. I'm sorry, I ain't paying that. That's a heavy price tag. That's a heavy price tag. Yeah, at this point, it's just a waiting game. Just a waiting game. I guess we could do other things while we're waiting for this to work. You know who I've been watching a lot? Now, it's more of a curiosity kind of thing because I'm looking to see how other like Forex traders approach trading. And it's interesting. I like how people like document their journeys. Like this guy. Basically, he's like basically not every day, but he's like giving you updates on what his account's looking like, and they're pretty extensive videos. I mean, the payouts are pretty crazy. 2.7 million in prop firm funding. That's a lot of money. Especially if you had a week like we had a week this like. Guys, this week alone, we made 8% on the account. You know, 2.7 million. With 2.7 million, I definitely, if I was funded, I'd be using like half risk. So I'd be using about like 0.5%. Because I'm usually right now, I'm currently just using 1%, maybe 1.5 if I'm trying to get there a little bit faster. So let's say 1.5, or sorry, 0.5%. So let's say 4% on that. Imagine making that 4%. Oh, it gets me so excited. $108,000. That's fucking insane. So pretty cool. Not necessarily my cup of tea in how you like people approach trading. Like the strategies isn't my favorite. Using fibs and all that stuff to kind of project. Not the biggest fan of that. Surprisingly, who I thought was a scammer, or who I thought like wasn't legit, but might actually be somewhat legit, is Lambo Raoul. I'm not the biggest fan of like the constant flexing. I get it. Like, I love cars. That's a 48 Pista in the thumbnail. That is a insane car. But if you look at like how he trades, it's very simplistic. It kind of brings you a little bit of nostalgia back to like the good old support and resistance days. And it's to be honest, like I was expecting, a typical guru with like some sort of algorithm or crazy indicators to kind of navigate trading. And surprisingly, like it's kind of legit. Like I can respect this style of trading. It's not my cup of tea anymore, but he makes a lot of money doing so. So shout out to I'm not gonna lie, like this kind of legitimizes Lambo Raoul for me. Even though, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the constant flexing. I watched if you guys are interested, go watch Words of Wisdom. Maybe one day we can make the cut and maybe join them for a show. That'd be pretty cool. But you can see I watched a good amount of them. Not all of them, but I watched a good, just to kind of gauge how people approach trading in the Forex world or commodities or indices, depending on what they trade. Some people aren't all Forex. So definitely go check that out. Definitely a cool podcast. Yeah, but like I said, for me, it's like the constant flexing. I'm not the biggest fan. It's okay to flex every once in a while. And I get the appeal, but also, he loves cars. I love cars too. I don't know if I would go overboard like this. But definitely seems legit for the most part. Well, it's just something I'm missing. Man, we did not get that lower low. Let's see. What is his strategy? It looks like he just trades support and resistance on the NASDAQ. I believe it's a NASDAQ. Do we not get potato quality footage here? Yeah, it's the NASDAQ. So he's pretty much like, he's on a 4-hour time frame. I'm sure he like kind of, uses lower time frames to get entries. Yeah, 5-minute. So he is playing based off of, legitimate price action, which, like I said, I can get behind. So I do like his kind of his strategy, and kind of, it doesn't make me feel like he's not as much of a scammer or someone who's at least like not legit. Are you even looking at crypto at the moment? Harold, pretty much not really. It's just been so slow. I mean, has anything happened? Oh, BTC's up 2%. All right, let's do it. I'll take a look at crypto while we're waiting. But see, like if I go to like a 2-hour, like it's not even, I mean, we talked about this last time. It just a simple, this ABC looks like part of a larger potential A to a B to a C here. Now, if we're going to the actual BTC chart, that's not on a leverage exchange. Maybe we're forming something like this. But ultimately, I want to see price get down to like to 19.5. I really don't see, especially if we can't reclaim this bullish structure. To me, I think 19.5 is definitely in the cards. ETH long is triggered again for me. I took it once. I got stopped. I just haven't taken it again. I'm ultimately actually waiting for this setup to form, to be honest. Is your name Tony? No, my name is not Tony. My actual name is John. It is John. But John, for some reason, I've been called Johnny my entire life. Waiting for an entry. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucking insane how, I mean, I know we're using aggressive risk parameters, but the fact that we're up, we already hit the profit target for phase 1 on funded next. I need to do 2 more trading days, and as well as Pradu, we're up just below 2%. Unfortunately, I took an extra trade because I fucked up the I accidentally entered on Great British Pound instead of Euro. So to get market in and out, it cost me like $30 because I was just an idiot. And then from there, I had to pay fees to actually enter the correct trade. So I should have held that trade a little bit longer just to kind of make up for that, but I'm not too worried about it. Sean, how you doing, man? This early we doing this? Yeah, well, we're doing something different. So you know, we've talked about it, but we've been trading crypto for a very long time, and I've been able to take the foundation of what trading is and move it over to a different asset. So currently we're trading Forex. I'll briefly show you this. So currently we're up 8 grand on a 100K account. Now some people might get too excited about that. It's not actually legitimate yet. We're basically going through a trial period to actually get access to funds. Something called a prop firm. You can leverage prop firms to gain access to capital and to make a lot of money. For example, I paid $500 for this account. And at the moment I am waiting to pass my 2-step, so basically 2 phases. Once I get actually funded, you know, I can go on a run again and make 8 grand, and I can pocket that, about 80% of it. And the potential of using prop firms and making trades like this consistently, making profit over time, is pretty fucking insane. I'm just gonna say that, because 100K in funded is nothing. If this was 5 times the amount, you know, you had $500,000 in funding, we were doing the same thing. That's $40,000 and just, well, I literally started this account on Monday. So, Sean, when are you gonna come bowling, dude? Come on. I miss you. I mean, if your real name is John, Johnny's reasonable. Exactly, yeah. So, yeah. And I'm currently... Wait, why did this go down? Oh, no, it was at 488. For some reason, I thought this was at 490. Just me being stupid. So, we almost got funded 25K, which I'm excited for. And, you know, this goes to show, like, I'm just going to pop up the spreadsheet one more time, because, you know, the math do be mathin'. First of all, if you guys are interested in keeping track on how the model is doing, there's a spreadsheet. If you guys want the link, I'll drop it in chat. If not, I didn't do it last stream. I'll do it this stream. I'll drop the link to this. If you guys want to track the results of this, you guys can check the actual trades themselves and track the progress and how it's doing. So at the moment, I mean, you would be up almost 80%, which is insane on a strategy that, well, a 55% win rate with a strategy that has a fixed 2-to-1 ratio. You really only need to be, what is that? I think 22. It's some weird number. Can someone do the math on that for me? Risk to reward break even. I'm pretty sure maybe it's in the 30s. 1 to 2. Okay, yeah, I was right. So it's in the 30s. So when using a risk to reward break even calculator, you only need to basically get above a 34% in order to make money. And the higher win rate above 35% or 34% that you make, the more exponential the growth is. And if we have a 55% win rate, and it's currently higher at the moment. I think we're sitting at just about a 60% win rate over the course of the last 2 weeks. So between that and also using the power of leveraging prop firms, where is it? Here. You know, I'm keeping track of the challenges I have at the moment. Nope, I do not have $8 million in funding. I do not have $2 million in funding. So at the moment, I'm just keeping a list of what's out there and what I can acquire. But if I pass this, I'm gonna buy another 200K account. Hopefully with the next set of profits that I get, if I can continue to compound that, eventually I want to get my hands on a 500K, definitely another 500K. And yeah, you know, I'm looking for at least a 2% a month. So 2% a month, that's about 26.5 grand. Can't complain. Can't fucking complain. And it's just the possibilities. And eventually, like, guys, your goal shouldn't be to leverage all this money into prop firms. I think at some point I would like to be able to have my own account and just, you know, build off of that. But for me, it makes a lot of sense to leverage prop firms as much as you can, especially in the beginning. I would love to get my hands on a 2 million funded. If I can get my hands on a 2 million funded, we got to take over. We're going to take over. Let's see. Romaine, what's up, Johnny? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Drew, good morning. How you doing? Do you think AXS will have a high chance to go to $3? I mean, possibly. Well, it depends on the time frame. Like, what time frame are you thinking? If you're thinking like relatively soon, I don't know about that. Oh, $3. If crypto is going to be bearish, yes, but this is why you take the entries beforehand. You know, take the entries, because even though for me, you just don't know exactly where price is going to go, so you take it based off the opportunity. Let's see. Congrats on the pass, mate. I do appreciate that, J Trader. How you doing? Good to see you. I think September as a whole is a 9.5 hour after London this morning. Yeah, it's been a wild ride. The Pro FX Trader, I can see it coming. I'm gonna be honest, like, if I can pass and consistently make profits, I'm gonna branch out a little bit, because to me, the Forex market, Forex traders, there's a lot of people that need help. And of course, it's a two-way street. Like, I'm willing to help people, but I want to get paid to do so. And I think if you guys invest in your education and learn how to get better and pay money for it, there's nothing wrong with that. And so for me, it's part of a business that, you know, I do want to expand upon. So I think I will branch out and kind of paint myself, instead of just crypto, we're going to be talking about trading in general. I want to be able to build myself to get to a very good point in trading, as well as help you guys build to that same point as well. And yeah, and it just goes to show, like, guys, I've been doing this for 3 years. All right, doing this for 3 years. I had no experience in Forex except for the last month. So I've literally been in Forex for a month, and I'm passing challenges more than 90% of people. Right? It just goes to show, like, it's not, you don't have to be an expert in technical analysis. You don't have to do all this extra stuff. You need to have a good foundation of what trading is, understanding how to navigate charts, place trades, the basic stuff. But once you get a better idea on how to approach trading and what works and what doesn't work, find a strategy that kind of fits the, fits the criteria of what is a good strategy, and go with it. The potential is basically endless. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this has been treating me over the last 3 weeks or so. I can't wait to get funded. If, you know, eventually it's just a matter of when, and eventually be able to live a little bit more comfortably, because I'll be honest with you guys, because the crypto has been going slow and I still have bills to pay, it's just been very hard for me to stay on top of, you know, my bills and be consistent with not pulling money out of crypto. And to me, if we can make this work, I'm more than excited to, you know, actually get into this, or more into this. So yeah. Let's see. Do these firms also have apps you can use? So yes. So in a lot of these, a majority of them, you can use MT4, MT5, or MetaTrader. Some of them have their own platform. So I'm going to pull up. Let me log into. All right, so like some of these websites have their own. I just want to make sure I'm not going to do anything stupid. All right, a lot of these platforms have like their own like actual dashboard you can use. You can actually link up MetaTrader 5. Why isn't this? So you can link up MetaTrader 5 if needed. Tradingview has their own platform, which is a separate, well, not their own platform, but they have a platform you can use separately. It's called Trade Locker. So you can use that as well. At some point, especially if you're looking to link up multiple accounts, you would have to connect MetaTrader 5, and there's something called a trade copier. So pretty much it's a software where you have a master account, right? And underneath you have different accounts that you trade below it, and whatever trades you make on this account, the rest will follow. So it's a lot easier. You can set your own risk percentages on each account, and from there you can just worry about managing one account, especially, and not having to stress if you have like 10 accounts open. You can just manage one. And to be honest, I think that's a good way to handle your kind of trading psychology as well. Because if you were able to control, let's say, I don't know, let's say $2 million, instead of having one account with 2 mil, if you have a bunch of different accounts with all these different numbers and you're just managing, let's say 100K and a 200K, but the percentages are the same across all accounts, so you're still trading the equivalent of 2 million just spread across. To me, I feel like that definitely would help you guys kind of not get too attached to the money, because you're focusing just on one account, whether it's on your phone or on your computer. I definitely think that's a great way to kind of help, especially when you're taking on big numbers. I've taken on big numbers in the past, so I've been through the waves, the ups and downs of it. Some of you guys haven't. I wish you, hopefully someday you guys, especially if this works, to be able to be a part of that. But it's one thing when you are starting off small, but when you start seeing these numbers, like, on this account, if this kind of account was funded, I would have been cashing out $8,000 this week. As well as on a 25K, I would have been cashing out just about like 1,000, which is absolutely insane. And, to me, I've never had that money come so, I guess, quickly. I mean, that kind of type of money, but it's been on a lot longer of a time span. And especially if you can scale, make that much, if not more, over the course of, every week to every month on a consistent basis, you're gonna start to kind of veer off from being grounded. You're gonna start to get excited. You're gonna start to see, once you see these numbers coming in, you're gonna want to buy shit. You're gonna want to double down. You're gonna want to make as much money as you can. There's a lot of good and bad things that come with managing a lot of money, and the more money it is, the worse it can get for you if you're not on the right path. That's why I always tell you guys, always focus on your mindset. The mindset will carry you a lot further than any strategy will. Because even at some point, if you have a consistent strategy and you're doing well, you might get, caught up in the actual emotions of making a lot of money. That in itself is a whole different experience. And I hope we get to experience that together. Not just me, but you guys watching as well. And it's one of the things that I always try to maintain is a good mindset. That's why I always tell you guys, read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, not once, but throughout your entire career. I believe I read it 5 times. Especially if this starts working out, I'm gonna have to re-rate it again, because every time I get myself to a very high point, you start making mistakes when you're doing really well. I need something to bring me down. Same thing, if I'm doing really bad, right? If I'm having a lot of drawdown, I'm on a losing streak, the emotions are gonna get to you. Reading that book will do a great job at bringing you back to level, to center. And I really think that's important. So, yeah, that was a little bit of my spiel. Um, 2 months. Sorry, I'm falling behind on. So I read Sky Knights. Romain, 2% a month is a great result. People mirroring 10% every month on X. I think they're trading a little bit aggressively to get 10%. It's more than I'm comfortable with. If you pass 2 mil funding, I will fund you another mil. J Trader, I do appreciate that. I appreciate that. Forex, no break of structure till now. No, Perthish, there's no entry because there was no lower low, unless I missed something. Did I miss something? Yeah, there was no lower low. So there is no, we're not looking for an entry. Since your stop loss would have taken you out, are you adding more pips to cover your wicks yesterday's trade? Yeah, I'm adding like 1 or 2 extra pips above, like right here for this trade. The top of the wicks at 17 or at 741. Mine was set to like 743. So I'm not going too crazy because it will mess with your R&R. But for me, you know, just adding a little bit extra, not just 1 pip above, maybe 2 or 3, I think will help. Oh, let's see, BetaBot. What prop firm? So Voss. So currently I'm using 2 prop firms. I'm using Funded Next. Let me pull up the dashboard. All right, so I'm Funded Next. I'm currently at, I just don't want to show the whole thing because my name and stuff is on there. So currently I started a 100K challenge on Funded Next. We hit the profit target. I just need to wait 2 more days in order to actually pass. So I'm just going to trade like BS stuff, maybe like, you know, a $10 just to count it as a trading day. So I am going to do that. And I'm currently on phase 2 of a 45K challenge. So I'm very close to getting funded on Tradu. And at some point I do expand, and the goal is to, when I get more money and I do reinvest into prop firms, I'm going to be branching out. Never ever, it's the same thing like crypto. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Never put all your money into one exchange. Always have a cold wallet. Always have money you can have secure to yourself. It's the same thing here. I'm going to be taking out profits and basically just buying challenges throughout different firms and using those to basically leverage money. How do taxes work using a prop firm? I'm not too sure about that. I think some of them will actually send you statements. According to spreadsheet, September is 13.86R. I pressed the button on my keyboard for MT5 to enter. That's crazy. Grant, I'm probably gonna message you after the stream today to help me get that set up because I just haven't had time to do it. And since this is the last day of the trading week, I'm gonna have a couple days to do so. So I'll hit you up if I have. Well, I did have some trouble, so I'll touch base with you after the stream. Big is relative. There's always bigger. J Trader, absolutely. You can always just get more. February is 0.1R. That's the ebbs and flows of trading, my friend. Sometimes you're gonna have bad months. Buy now. I trade 300 USD a point on NASDAQ. Took some time to get used to it. I feel like it's a lot of money. $300 a point. What does Trader Tom? What does Trader Tom do? I feel like that's a lot of money a point. Maybe I'm misguided. But Johnny, why are you using prop firms? You can trade with your own money. Crypto stash. Great point, Pratish. It's the same reason why I don't trade my entire stack with leverage, on a leverage exchange with Bybit. It allows me to gain exposure. So basically I can use less money to get access to more capital without risking my entire stack. It's the same way. It's a good way to leverage your money. There's good and bad things about prop firms, but overall, I would rather, pay a fraction, take your time, use a consistent strategy, make money, not over risk using prop firms' money versus my own. Instead of using 125, to be honest, I don't have 125K to allocate to Forex. I don't. So I can use, a fraction of that. What I pay, I paid maybe $750 for everything for my 2 challenges. So I can pay $750, get access to 125K funding once I pass, and just, make a decent return every month. So it's about diversifying and not over putting, let's just say, make it easier, not putting all your eggs in one basket. It'll stop yourself. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I can spend 10, 15K and get $2 million in funding. I could, but it's just, I haven't had enough exposure. I don't want to put so much money into something that could not work out in the near future. So for me, I'd rather start out small, build, get my money back, and just ride the wave. That's the best way to approach it. Let's see. More money at risk, a tighter psychology. Exactly, Drew. The more money you're playing with, the more on point you have to be. The less room you have to mess up. Do you have links to learn the method? Yeah, so I originally learned this from a fellow YouTuber. His name is Phantom. Skynet, I will drop them in the chat. I am currently working on content for the Discord. I will be adding this. So I'm gonna be going over, myself going over the model, how to trade it. I'll drop the link in chat. This is a 2-part series. So what I'm gonna put in chat is part 1. So make sure you guys watch both parts. All right, so Sky Knight, that's for you or anyone else who wants to watch how to trade this model. The reason why I like this model so much, because it's actually kind of similar to how ABCs work. I feel like this is gonna be the new thing I'm gonna have to explain more often. But with ABCs, you guys know, price creates a original trend, a pullback, continuation. We look for price to come back up, and we look for a trade, something like this. The reason why this works is because the market, when we first establish our A, it creates an initial point of support. We have a retrace and we have an extension. What ends up happening is people who are retail traders and a lot of people who are new to trading, or say the majority, will view this as a very bearish break of support for a continuation downwards. Not the same. We do this differently. In our eyes, and how big money plays these kind of structures, they understand that people are getting into shorts down here. So what they'll do is they'll actually buy up this point of price action and actually create a reversal, forcing people to get trapped or stopped out of these positions, and it kind of allows price to move in the other direction. This is a very basic idea. It's about the market creating liquidity, market makers understanding where the liquidity is, basically buying areas or selling areas where liquidity and trap positions are, or where positions lie, and you can go ahead and allow the market to reverse, create a snowball effect, and just continue. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's, when it comes to how we do this, it's almost the exact same way. It's done a little bit differently, but if you guys are going to use this model, you'll get used to this pretty fast. And especially if you have the mindset of ABCs, you'll understand that even though this one wasn't technically an ABC we would trade because the B went below the 0. I'm trying to think of a good example. Right here. Yesterday's trade on a New York session, that was an ABC. Yesterday's long on during the yesterday's long during the London session. Just another EBC. So you'd be surprised. And it's not every time, but a lot of the times positions are created just from ABCs. So we already have that ingrained in our programming to how we view charts and how we view positions. We can just do it on a smaller scale. Sorry. So yeah, Skyknight, check out the link. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to be posting stuff in the Discord soon. I'm going to try to open it up this week. No promises, but I'm going to try. Vlad, wow, man, congrats. Thank you so much, my friend. We'll celebrate with some Jets pizza. Grant, sounds good. Tom is a 200 GBG on NQ, 200 Great British Pounds a point. So, wow, so you're trading bigger than Tom? That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's crazy. Josh V, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Johnny, can you check Nifty 50? Can you back test for a couple times your strategy on that? Yeah, we can try it. Now because the Nifty 50 is an indice, so technically indices behave a little bit differently. Why doesn't this give me the New York session? Huh. Oh, maybe because the market's closed? Is anyone familiar? Do the markets close during New York session? Really? Indian markets closed during New York? That's a weird time. Oh, because I get it. I'm an idiot because of the time zone difference. Duh. It's not like Forex where it's open 24 or at least throughout the week. Weird. So with this model, technically there's a way you can do it. It's called I forgot what it's called. Phantom has a video on this from the past, but he doesn't use it anymore. Let me find it. Here it is. So if you guys want, there's a indice version of this. This was an older version of this that he traded. I don't personally use this, but it's the same principle for the most part. But you can do it on like the S&P. Indian time 9:15 to 3:30. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just being stupid, Pratish. I'm always because I'm just messing up the time zones. All right, so remember, we need to get either a break of this high or a break of this low in order to take a trade. Same thing with GU. We have a fixed range, and all we have to do is just wait. We might not get a trade today, guys. We might not get a trade. It'd be nice if we can get an ABC here. What is your fixed range? So the range that we're looking at, Drew, is basically in this green section. All right, so the way I'll do a quick introduction how we trade this model. So all we're doing is we're looking for, let's go back here. All right, all we're doing is we're looking at the section of price action that's in the colored areas. So in this case, the blue represents Asia. So this is the Asia open, and we're waiting for Asia to close. Once the session closes, we're looking for the high or the low to break. So that becomes our range. It's either the high or the low. All right, we got a tap. All right, so London has started. Price broke above the Asian high. All right, so from there, once we get a break of the high or the low, depending on which direction, we're gonna look for something, or we're gonna look for our entry based off of the criteria that's called break of structure. Right? Basically, the easiest way for me to describe a break of structure, it depends on the trend. Right? And this is actually a really good example. You see how price is moving up in this kind of direction here, or at least the way it's moving up in kind of a zigzag. Pretty much what a break of structure is when price starts to confirm below, in this case, an uptrend, below the previous higher low. All right, so in this case, in the beginning, the red line is our first break of structure. We form a new high. This becomes our new break of structure. All right, so let's do BOS. This is not actually how I approach it. I'm just showing you guys the examples. All right, and as we form a new high, all right, we look for a pullback, separation of the trend, higher high, new break of structure. And so now, during the London session, this becomes a new break of structure. Now, the only way this changes is if we get some sort of lower high and get something like this. All right, which is, you know, it does happen. Or we can go ahead and get a, it's a really bad illustration, but we can get one more high, and then if we get a lower, if we don't break this previous one and we just form a higher low, then we can move our break of structure up as price is updating. So okay, so we get a pullback. All right, so this now becomes our new break of structure because it formed a lower high, or sorry, a higher low, sorry. All right, so boom, that is our first candle. We need this candle to close below this pivot. So once it closes below, this becomes our new entry. All right, so you can see we got to close below. So it would have been a little rocky at first. All right, so on the 25K account, I got an entry around here. And all you're going to do is target a fixed 2-to-1. Now, when I do this, all right, I go a little bit over past 2 just to cover for fees. So on the 25K challenge, I got in on here, but I didn't enter on the 100K challenge. If you guys want, I'll show you the trades. But I pretty much got in around here, a little bit of a higher entry with the same stop. So this trade was actually a lot quicker to exit out into profit because I have, because I had a much smaller amount of, or there's a lot less room or a lot less movement price had to go in order to reach my TP with the same stop. All right, so you can see it took a little bit. All right, so TP on the 100K challenge hit. And then eventually, all right, TP on the 25K challenge hit. So those are wins. All right, and then we're going to look for the same thing going forward into today's session. Now, in this case, it's the opposite because, well, we're waiting for a low to break. Technically, we did not get a break of that low yet. But let's say hypothetical. All right, let's speak hypothetical here. Let's say this candle wick broke below. We're just going to paint this because I just want to show you guys an example of how I would do this. Oh, I got to change the song. It's a little bit too epic. Come on. No Christmas stuff. Oh my God. That's fine. All right, so let's just hypothetically say that this candle wick. Where the hell is my drawing tool? Let's say this wick broke below. Oh, of course, the chart moved as I was trying to do that. What would be consider our break of structure? So, since this candle formed a new low, all right, this high right here will be considered our break of structure entry. So we would have to wait for price to get confirmed above this pivot in order for us to enter. All right. And you can see we got a candle body close above this line. So technically, as long as the stop loss isn't above 20 pips, you should be good. So we're at 17 pips. 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. That's all it is. So that's basically how you would go ahead and approach getting an entry based off of this method. I made tutorial videos on this. I'm gonna be part of the Discord videos, that section I'm gonna be doing. I'm not gonna release that right away just because it takes a little bit of time. But I am gonna be going over examples and showing you guys how to do so. And like I said, I'm gonna get it out. I'm gonna do a decent amount of work on it today. Maybe some tomorrow if I have time, but most likely tomorrow, if not Friday, I'll release it. And unfortunately, after that, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be in Vegas. I'm going to be in Las Vegas next week. So if anyone's in Las Vegas at the same time I am, let me know. Where's Crypto Beehive? I know he lives in Vegas. So yeah, now it's just a waiting game. Oh, look at this. We might actually break this high on GU. So it looks like GU might be the trade to go with today. Book a flight from Vegas to Thailand. Ugh, I don't know about that. That's a long flight. Oh, lost wages. Tell my ex-wife to drop dead when you're there. Well, dude, give me the address, Drew. I'll make a pit stop. Yeah, it looks like GU is going to be the entry. If this one's a winner too, I'm going to be fucking surprised. What trading platform did you select for Tradu? TradeLocker or MetaTrader 5? I did TradeLocker. You can do MetaTrader 5. Skyknight, before you buy it, if you are going to buy it, make an account, log in, and use the coupon code MATCH. I want to see if this still works. Hold on. So I think if you use the code MATCH, yes, you get a discount. That's a big discount. So depending on it, it applies to all. So you can get a 10K challenge for 70 bucks. But make an account, use a discount code MATCH. But you can use either or. Preferably, if you're going to use a trade copier, if you're going to do this long term, I would suggest MetaTrader 5. I just did TradeLocker because I didn't know what exactly I was going to do with this. But if you're gonna stick to this longer term, MetaTrader 5. But if you guys are gonna sign up, use the discount code MATCH, and you'll get a nice discount. It's not an affiliate link or anything. It's just a promotion they're doing. Alif, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. It's been a while. How you doing? What I miss? You're a Forex trader now? Alif, we told you about this. Actually, no, I think you were here for one of the streams. But yeah, I'm actually killing it with Forex right now. I passed phase 1 of the Tradingview account. I'm currently up to almost 2% on phase 2. I just need to get the remaining $770 in order to pass and get funded. I also recently started a 100K account with another prop firm. And I hit the profit target on that one on phase 1. I just need to hit 2 more trading days in order to pass phase 1. I'm going to go on to phase 2. And hopefully, you know, by the time next week comes or by the end of this month, I should be funded at least to 25K. It'll be nice if I can get funded at 100K too. Wow, that's awesome, man. Oh, awesome. Congratulations. Thank you, Leaf. I do appreciate it. What prop firms are you using? So currently I'm using Funded Next and I'm using Tradingview. So Funded Next, I have the 100K account on. Tradingview, I'm using the 25K. There's a lot of different firms you can go out there. I have a giant list of them. If you want Sky Knight, I have a list. I can just send you a list over Discord if you want like a bunch of different ones to look at. There's a whole bunch of them though. I heard a lot of good things about Funded Engineer. I heard a lot of good things about Skill Funded Traders. The reason why I chose Funded Next, and this a little bit, you know, I did see a little bit of green when I saw this, but Funded Next actually gives you, I'll show you real quick. So if you sign up with Funded Next, they actually give you a 15% profit split once you pass. So if I pass both of these challenges, I'm going to get my refundable fee, which is I paid $519 after fees. It's going to be like, I don't remember I think it was like $530, $540 with fees. So I'm going to get that back plus a $1950 profits payout. And whatever payout, I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to include that within the first payout, but if I take a big payout or at least a decent one on the first try or relatively soon, I think that's included as well. So I think you have to have a payout, plus you get this back in your refundable fee. So it's going to be a hefty payout for me once I get funded and actually, you know, make the trades and take out profit actually. Let's see. What's the strat? Same guy you showed us from YouTube? Yep. Same one, Alif. Same one. And I'm in Ontario, Canada. Are these restrictions like crypto? Are there restrictions like crypto exchanges? Sky Knight? Yes. Grant is correct. Not yet. My Forex funds got into some trouble because they were blatantly saying they were saying that they were trading with live funds, and they did an investigation and eventually they got shut down. Because they kept making the claim they're using live funds, but at the moment there are no restrictions on countries on a majority of them. So just do your research before. I would say there's a lot of them. Don't go too heavy into ones that aren't heavily reviewed. I'm not saying, I looked a little bit into Funded Next and I haven't heard too many bad things. I know there's some issues with slippage. But that really applies to people who are high frequency traders who trade during news when there's a lot of volatility. That's what I've seen based on what I've, looked at. Some prop firms are better than others. I've heard a lot of good things, like I said, about a couple of the ones that I mentioned. So yeah. What will you do in Vegas? Strippers? No strip clubs for me. No strip clubs for me. Even though that's probably one of the places you should go if you do go to Vegas. I'm sure the girls there are definitely worth throwing some money at, but not me. I just gamble. I gamble, go to shows. The food there's a lot of good food places. I'm going with a couple of friends. We might go out to the desert for a day. We're not confirming that yet. We're figuring that out. There's just a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff. You're going to Vegas? Yeah, I'm leaving for Vegas next week. So I will not be streaming next week. I'll bring my laptop and I'll bring like a headset mic. And if I'm around, maybe I'll call some escorts. Jesus Christ. You guys are insane. I don't pay for that. I get it for free. Actually, technically you always pay for that. You always pay. Stream from the desert. If I can get a signal, sure. If I can get a signal. If you strip, I will throw money. All the money that I get from stripping will be thrown into funded accounts, and we'll do a big giveaway. Call the escorts and stream from Vegas. I'm gonna teach strippers and escorts how to trade. That's good. That's what I'm gonna do when I'm over there. Hop on live stream if you need more funds to gamble. Super chat it up. Sure, we'll do that. Forex hookers, yeah. Look, I tried to buy a funded account. My bank asked me if it was a fraud charge. All cleared now and have it. Awesome, Sky Knight. That's awesome. Maybe I should go ahead and get a referral code or some sort of. Nah, I won't do that. Not yet. Did you use the discount code, Sky Knight? Did you use match? Okay, what's the strat, Johnny, and how are you killing the challenge? Yes, sir. Thanks for the tip. No problem, Sky Knight. Which one did you get? Did you get a 25K, 10K, 100K? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I'm just curious. All right, so Alif, I'll go over the strat real quick because I am, and I know you're in the Discord. I will be posting a section on this in the Discord for those who are interested. So basically, I guess I'll go over a quick tutorial on how to do this. The first thing you're gonna do, all right, is you're gonna go to forexfactory.com. All right, forexfactory.com. You're going to filter to just red and gray folders, and you're gonna check off everything but Euro, Great British Pound, and USD. All right, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna look. All right, you are not trading any red folder days. Sorry, no 8:30 news. All right, so 8:30 news Thursday, no trade day. Friday 8:30 news, no trade day. No CPI, no FOMC, no major red folder events that can spark volatility. Like I said, if Jerome Powell, you see how Jerome Powell speaks. If there wasn't 8:30 news here, I probably still wouldn't trade on Thursday. Just because Jerome Powell is speaking. So no, when Jerome Powell speaks, no trading, unemployment, or not unemployment, CPI, FOMC, 8:30 red news, no trade day. So today is the last trading day of the week. So I like the fact that we're not chasing opportunities every day. Good start. So that's the first thing you do. From there, all right, you're gonna pull up Great British Pound and Euro USD. Oh, we got an entry here. Okay, so perfect. Not an entry, but we got a break a little low. So now the breaker structure, if I have to double check, I'm pretty sure I'm correct when it comes to this. Your breaker structure at the moment is going to be this one here. So it's going to be too big of a position, but at the moment we do have a current ABC, which actually what triggered this potential entry. All right, so I'll explain. We'll backtrack a little bit, but I'm gonna keep this there just for my visuals. The next thing you're gonna do, once you have a side by side of each Euro and Great British Pound, all right, you're gonna go to indicators. All right, and you're going to go to search. community scripts, search, and type in sessions. All right, and it's gonna be the second one by this Arooks guy. All right, click that, and you're gonna get these colored zones. Now you can change the color of the zones. I personally changed the yellow to blue just because it's easier on my eyes. All right. From there, you're going to change the time slots to this. If you guys want, I'll leave it up here for a couple seconds if you want to set it up. But pretty much you're going to set up these. You're going to check these boxes. You're not going to use Sydney session. You're just going to use these three. All right. From there, like I said, you can go ahead and change the color, but I'll leave this up for a little bit in case you guys want to pop it up on your screen. I'm going to take a sip of water. Hold on. All right. So from there, you're gonna have it up on your screen. All you're gonna do from there on out is we're gonna rewind. I'm just gonna go over today's trades just because and I can go over yesterday's trades too. So we're gonna go replay. All right. So pretty much what you're gonna do is you're gonna allow the session to play out. All right, and usually Asia ends at 3 a.m. EST. Okay, so once 3 a.m. ends, once 3 a.m. starts, or before the session ends, what you're going to do is you're going to mark out the high and the low of the session. So in this case, it's going to be the high is the very beginning here, and the low is down here. All right. From there, you're just waiting for price to take out the high or the low. In this case, you can see it's most likely going to take out the high. So we got a rejection on the retest. Boom, put a slightly higher high. Now, that's the next step. That's the second step. The third step is once you get your higher high, you're going to look for a break of structure entry. Basically, what a break of structure entry is you're looking for price to take out either a higher low or lower high, depending on which direction you're trading. Since we're shorting, we're looking to short this. We're looking for the most recent highest low, if that makes sense. In this case, it's this line here. All right, and I call it break of structure. Some people call it change of character. For me, it's easier to call it BOS, so break of structure. All right, and keep note, as price action continues to develop, the break of structure is subject to change. All right, and most of the time, break of structures, when we're looking at uptrends, mostly they always continue to the upside. All right, you always will continue finding higher lows, and for the long position, you're currently looking for lower highs as your break of structure. I'll show you for both. So as you can see, we got a break of structure, or we're looking for this to form. And in order for you to take an entry, you have to have a candle body close below this pivot. All right, no wicks, it has to be a candle body close. You see we got close. All right, so now we have a new higher low. So now this becomes our new break of structure entry. Okay, so from there, we're waiting for a candle body close below this pivot. All right, so this is the candle forming below. This is the candle close. So as soon as that candle closes, you enter. So I'll give you benefit of the doubt. Let's say you got like a little bit above that entry there. And all you're gonna do is put your stops above or below the high or the low. Like I said, I'm gonna show you guys both sides to give you a better example. And you're gonna target a fixed 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. All right. Now, what I personally do is I give myself a little bit more room. So I'll go like a 2.03, 2.02 to cover for fees. And that's all you're gonna do is let the trade run. Right. And so on the 25K account, that was my entry. On the 100K account, I actually got a little bit of a better entry because I was a little bit too slow and it worked out in my favor. Don't do that. Don't wait for a price to come back higher to get a better entry. Just stick to the model. Like I said, 2.03 just to cover for fees. So at the moment, I'm currently in both trades. All right, so I hit TP on the 100K account and the 25K account. Now, theoretically, if you're doing this according to the books, this would be your entry, but I'm being transparent. I'm showing you guys, hey, you know what? I was late and it worked out in my favor. It doesn't always happen, but in this case, it worked out for me. All right, and boom, take profit hit. So that was a win. All right, and then I'll show you one of yesterday's trades for the long side. So let's go back to here. Get rid of some of these lines. All right. So now we're waiting for London session to start. So we're not actively looking for trades at the moment. We're going to start looking for trades at 3 a.m. or starting at 3 a.m. It doesn't have to be exactly at 3 a.m. That's just when the window starts. All right. So 3 a.m. begins, and you can see this is the lowest point of the Asia session. So we already took out the low. So now the first thing I do is look for a break of structure entry. At the moment, this is our current break of structure entry at this previous lower high. Sorry guys, I'm not really looking at chat. I can see it popping up as it's going. This will be the last example and I'll catch up. All right. So now we formed a lower low. So now what we're going to do is move this down to our new break of structure level since we formed a lower high. I always get those confused. All right. And now we're looking to enter on a candle body close. So no candle body. Oh, okay. So this would have been your candle body close. So your entry would have been around here. Stop below the low. Target fixed 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Like I said, I go a little bit above just to cover for fees. Boom, TP hit. So that's basically it. EU swept. What are the trading needs for next week? Okay, okay, so let's see. Thanks for the tip. But a leaf, that's pretty much the strategy. That's it. If you guys want, I can go over more examples. We're gonna watch price action now. Yeah, so you guys are correct. Breaking structure is too far for now, but doesn't mean that we can't trade it yet. So now we need price to come up, form some sort of separation and trend, and either put in a new low or do something like this and then confirm above that. We need price to do something like that. So we're not out of the woodworks yet. We just need to wait. Let's see. All the days you don't trade, can we go to Vegas and spend our profits? Yes, Alif. You could absolutely go all in on black. Okay, I see. Thanks for letting me know. I might move to Vancouver for all the way to Quebec. Ontario has a stupid rule that you can't trade more than 30K per year in all coins on the local app. Yeah, that's stupid. Stop loss too large now until new break of structure. Yes, you are correct, Grant. Oh, interesting. All coins as in anything besides CAD pairs. Okay, let's see. It's a conversation. Thanks for letting me know. That's amazing, Johnny. I think I'll try it. Yeah, Alif, like, you know, I was skeptical about this at first, not gonna lie. I'm always skeptical into trying something new. But I've had the experience of trading for a very long time to kind of understand how price works and what is a good strategy. At the end of the day, if you guys look, a lot of these entries are based off of ABCs. So technically, this is kind of a way to use ABCs on a smaller time frame. Now, you're adding an extra layer of confirmation, which, to be honest, on a smaller time frame, I think can help. But that's pretty much not all these positions are ABCs, but a lot of them are. So I think that's a cool thing to consider. That's a cool thing to look at. So, Alif, if you want, I will drop this link in the description. Anyone can view this. Basically, this is a back testing record All right, if anyone wants to check this out, it gives you screenshots of everything, of all the trades too, of where you would take your entry, etc., whether it was a win or a loss, and you can track the statistics, and it's constantly being updated in real time. So shout out to Joel and Jay Carpenter. They're on Twitter. That's their handles. They do a great job. They spend a lot of time doing this. So I can appreciate them. Shout out to them. They're doing a fantastic job. So we're constantly, and look, we're on a win streak. Look at that. 4 with 1 loss and 3 wins. Wow. Love to see it. Can you link to YouTube videos of the guy showing you the strat? Yeah, absolutely. His name is Phantom ICT, but I'll drop the link for the video. Just keep in mind, this is a 2-part series. So make sure you watch both videos. The second video is going to go over like how to identify breaker structures, what his criteria for breaker structures are, how to scale accounts. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of how he goes about his risk management. I understand where he's coming from, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. So Alif, I just sent you the link in chat. That's the link to the first video. Make sure you watch both. As well as be on the lookout. I'm going to be posting tutorials on my Discord, me going through it, showing you guys how to do this. All right, so that's pretty much that. And then, like I said, if you guys are interested, and you can leverage prop firms, and the way you can leverage prop firms, you can just make stupid money. Stupid money doing this. If I had, we're playing hypotheticals here, but for example, let's say I don't have 3.3 million in funding, but if I had 3.3 million in funding, and if I had a week like I had this week, I would have made 4%. I would be making over 100K just this week alone, which is absolutely insane. So at the moment, I'm currently working towards 125K account between 2 accounts. And if I can average 2% return a month, that's around $2,500 in my pocket. So I'll take it. BetaBot, thanks for the TA. No problem, my friend. Thank you for joining. It's always good to see you. All right, let's watch price action here. Now, I am not sure. I don't think this is the new breaker structure. That would be a way different Vegas trip if your week was 100K. Oh, you have no idea. I'm I'm going balls out. If I can pull 100K week in a week, Drew, I'm going to Vegas and we're having a good time. You can earn more than 2%. Exactly. And even with that chart, Prateesh, I'm just lowballing it. Just as me lowballing it. I'm setting the bar low. If you want it realistically, if you're taking the stats off of what the back testing sheet shows, if you're using, because I'm going to be using less risk. So I'm going to be risking 0.5%. All right. So at a 1% risk rate, you're making 80%. All you got to do is just divide that by half. So at the moment, all right, 39%. I believe we're at 8 months. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, we're at 8 months. So just a little over 8 months. I'll round it up to 9 months. Fuck it. So over the course of 9 months, you're averaging around a 4% return, 4.5% return. All right. So if you have, if we go back to this chart, technically you can double this, and that's a little bit more realistic, but I like to lowball it. But so if you want to rack up the funding, let's say you open up a 500K account here, 500K account here. Now you have to work up to this, obviously, but if you have over $1 million in funding, you have a 4% month. That's $44,000. All right, that's a lot of fucking money, guys. That's a lot of fucking money. Like, I'm not trying to get too excited. I don't want you guys to get too excited, because just be aware, anything can change. The strategy can stop working tomorrow. To be honest, I don't think it's going to. If I had to give you an honest answer, I think ABCs will outlast this strategy, but I don't think it's by much, because it's the same ideas that are taken. And the market will always continue to move a certain way for the most part. I believe this is our new break of structure entry. The GU, okay, so GU didn't break, so EU is on the table. So I'm waiting for a candle body close. I'm going to, and honestly, I'm done with the 100K account, so I'm just gonna trade the 25K. I have so many fucking tabs open. I guess. Are you using MT5 to enter trades? I hate MetaTrader. It should be slaughtered. No, on you, they have their own platform. It's called, so different prop firms have their own platform you can use. Some of them, okay, not all of them, but some of them do. Currently, this one, Tradu has their own platform. It's called Trade Locker. To be honest, it's quite similar to Bybit. This gives you Bybit vibes. So all you have to do is you can program. You can program your entry or your position size on Tradingview. It'll tell you what to do. So at this point, like let's say I wanted to enter off of this entry here. Let's say price is at that level. All I have to do is enter 3.57 and boom, I'm in. So you can use a different software if it provides it, but just understand if you want to manage multiple accounts and use a trade copier, which I plan on doing, you're gonna have to use MT5. You can use MT4 as well. MT4 is available, but to be honest, what's the difference? The desktop app for MT5 sucks, but the iOS app is good. Yes, I have noticed that. I have MT5 on my phone, and it's a way better. It's way better than the actual desktop app. I don't even have my desktop app set up yet because of how much of a pain in the ass it is. Probably after the stream today, or if not tomorrow, if I have time, I'm gonna set up MT5 on my computer. But when I'm gone, I'm gonna be trading majority on my phone. So. Can you mark the high of the low of the session? Yeah, on this app, yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can upload. Maybe not. Okay, so on this website, you can't mark anything, or you can't mark the actual separation of the sessions. But you can pretty much do. All you have to do is just look at the times. I actually really like blue as a color. I might start using blue. I'm almost positive those are the highs and low. So for this one, so look, all we're doing, so since we got the break of the low, we don't really have to worry about that anymore as an entry point, right? So once we got the break, I like to just delete it off my chart just because it's easier. And now we're just waiting for a break of structure entry. Now, the trade or the pair we trade depends on which pair gives us the break of structure entry first. It's not about which pair broke the low or the high first. It's about what gives you the better entry first. A little confusing to start, but easy once you get an MT5 desktop, that is. Yeah, that's the hardest part. Maybe I'm just too much of a boomer. I know it's boomer friendly. I saw that message, Grant, but for me, it wasn't. So at the moment, it looks like we're still within our stop loss criteria. Once we get to about here, So 20 pips. That's going to be like the limit of what is I guess expected of our trade. But hopefully we'll get a new breaker structure as price continues to develop. Zaman, where is Kite? You know what's funny? He's actually in a call on Discord right now. No, I'm sure he'll be around. I can't speak for him and what his schedule's like at the moment. If I have time after the stream, I'll hop in and I'll say what's up and I'll see what's going on. But he's got his own stuff going on at the moment. I'm not gonna sit here and speak for him and what his plans are. But I don't blame him. I don't blame him for not streaming. Crypto is literally doing fucking nothing. Crypto is doing nothing. It has been doing nothing for the past. I mean, we've been in the same rage since April. So I don't blame him for not streaming. I really don't. Speaking of Kite, did you show him your new love? I did kind of explain it to him, but Kite's like an old man, right? He's like a little grandpa. He's he's very stuck in his ways. No, I'm kidding. I showed him, I told him, I was like, hey man, this is it. It's pretty interesting so far. And he was like, yeah, looks good. That was pretty much it. I'm never the one to push anything on anyone. If he wants to learn, I'll show him. But you know, he's in a position where he really doesn't have to do this. I'm not saying I have to do this, but for me, it'd make life a lot easier if I can get this down. Can you explain the current trades setup right now? Trying to understand it. Okay, so once you get the break the low, all right, so that was basically the second step to this. Once you get the break the low, all right, what a break of structure entry is in this case, we're looking at a downtrend. All right, technically, what a break of structure is you're looking for price to confirm above a previous lower high because it acts as a layer of confirmation to show that price has a higher probability of continuing to the upside. What I have noticed over the course of doing this for a while, price tends to move in a direction and it doesn't really give you too much reversal signals. All right, a trend that can be very aggressive in one direction or the other, especially in Forex. But what makes this strategy work better, or what makes the break of structures better during this time frame, is because we're taking out a low or high or forming an ABC within a new time frame. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of time-based trading, but it seems to be working. I can't sit here and deny that it does have some sort of effect on how price is moving in Forex. So originally what you would consider a good break of structure entry is this, but the problem is price is way too deep, way too beyond our stop loss limit. All right, so we have a 20 pip stop loss limit. So what you do to get a better entry is you're basically tracking the downtrend. We're looking at the downtrend as it's forming, and we're looking for lower highs. The best way to identify lower highs is, for me, I like to use the white candles. So technically this is a low, higher or lower high, new low, new break of structure. I should have learned Forex long back. Me too, Pratish. Me too. But why break a structure there? At this one, because the trend is currently updating. So the trend is constantly forming, and price can continue all the way down and not really fill in our break of structure, but it can form a new break of structure at a lower point to give us a higher confirmation or a better confirmation that price is more likely to reverse. So it's not every single wick down here it's some sort of separation between the actual candles themselves. So for me, in this case, when I see a white candle followed by a close above, when I see a candle close in the white, in this case for a downtrend, that confirms a new break of structure level for me. If that makes sense. That's what's going to show you what the nearest new higher low is. What lot size do you use? So it depends on the entry. So let's say we do get this entry and we hit our, all right, we're in our parameters. All right. So the best way to do it, if you want to copy this, you can. If you go to the settings within the position tool in TradingView, what I do is type in your account size, set your lot size to 1,000, set your risk percentage, and you see how it says 150. Just move the decimal places over 2 times. So just divide that by 100. So it's 150. Technically, I would actually use 1.5 on the actual trade itself. I mean, you can mark the low and the high. Walk me through this trade, Johnny. Yeah, I will. We're not in it yet. We're not in it yet. When I enter, I'll explain when I enter, why I enter, etc. But we're looking for price to form a candle body close above this current line. That's all we're waiting for at the moment. Now, if price forms some sort of pullback, all right, and does something like this, this would become our new break of structure entry. But we're not there yet. We have to wait for that to form. Or if price forms some sort of high and we just get a new low, then we can move our break of structure entry to that pivot. But we're not there yet. So we're currently waiting on what this candle is going to do. Yeah, but why? Because how do I say this? So, okay, that's a great question. So, because this is how I think of it. When price breaks below the low of the previous session, or this case forms the ABC, the C leg is going to run out of gas. All right, so the C leg is going to lose steam at some point. And what ends up happening is when it loses steam, it gives you a potential reversal point. We don't know where it's going to end, right? We're not trying to time the bottom. Just like how we trade ABCs a certain way, where we only wait for price to get above a certain entry, it's the same idea. We're waiting for price to show that it's losing steam, and we're taking the opportunity based on what price is giving us. If that makes sense. Let's see. Mark the low and the high, please, and show us why you're setting up the trade where you are at the moment. Okay, so at the moment, so we're following this trend to the downside. So let's start from the beginning. This was the high. This was the low. I'll use the green line to showcase it being support. All right, this is the low. So with the high and the low, the red line becomes our break of structure. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Once the low is formed, if we get a lower high, that becomes our new high. This becomes our break of structure entry. All right. And so now price is forming a new low. We're following this as it's going lower. All right. We get a break in the downtrend. So the downtrend is taking a pause. Now this becomes our new lowest high within this downtrend, right? So we're viewing this as price is continuing to form its downtrend, right? We don't have any significant break or any break of the downtrend until this white candle. So now this white candle represents a new high. So now this high becomes our new break of structure, right? And from there, oh, I deleted that line by accident. Now price is continuing low. This is our new low. So now you can see we have a new wick to the upside. So now this is becoming our new break of structure. The only reason why this is becoming our new break of structure, because price is starting to lose steam. Doesn't mean that it can continue to fall down. We don't know that, but we rely on the break of structure, or we use the break of structure to give us a layer of confirmation to show that, hey, you know what? Price has the possibility of reversing from here, especially because we're below the pivot of, you know, this session low or the ABC. All right, if that makes sense. Most of the time, imagine an ABC, but how can you time if a C leg is possibly bottoming? Well, you can't really do that. That is true, but we use break of structure and candle body closes above that to give you a extra layer of confirmation. So this doesn't guarantee that price is going to reverse, but it gives us an extra reason to why it can reverse. So at the moment, the pink line is our new lowest high. So our break of structure is moving down because we can't use the same one as the beginning of the original trend. I'm confused, as you said, mark the lows and the highs of the session. Can you mark that, please? Yeah, so the session is whatever is in the green, the previous box. All right, so now that the red box is forming, this is New York. We used the green box, and we're using price action within the green box to mark out the session high and the low. So all you're looking for is where is the highest point within this green box and where is the lowest point. All right, and you can see the highest point within the green box is here. The lowest point within the green box is here. So we're using those pivots as potential areas to give us which direction we're going to trade. All right, we're not entering trades yet, but since we got to break below this low, we're looking for longs. If we were to continue to pump and we took out the highs, we'd be looking for shorts. That's all this is doing. It's telling us which direction we're looking to trade. Let me know if that clarifies it at least. What indicator do you use? So if you go to indicators, go to community scripts, type in sessions. All right, and it's the second one. It's by this Irux guy, Irux AIF. All right, and what I'll do is you have to change some of the time settings. Go ahead and copy the time settings here and make sure you check London, New York, Tokyo. Okay, perfect. That makes sense now. All right, awesome. Sorry if I was confusing. It's tough. Don't get me wrong. It took me a solid 2 to 3 weeks of watching videos and live streams. Like I watched probably 20 hours of Phantom's live streams to get a better hang of this. So it is going to take some time, especially if you're new. Hopefully I did a good job at clarifying. So now once we identify our break of structure, the only thing we're doing is we're waiting for price to confirm above this pink line. Thank you for going through this multiple times today. No problem, Drew. Like I said, it's a new strategy. It's a little bit more intricate than how we trade ABCs. It's what I've noticed is the best strategies aren't the ones that are the most complicated. Is the best strategies are variations of that. So this model that we're using is actually technically a different version of a ICT concepts model. So if you guys don't know what ICT is, you can go ahead. There's plenty of videos, but this is a version of one of the ideas that he teaches. Now, how he does it is a lot more complicated, but we took a strategy that was more complicated and just made it a little bit more simpler, a little bit more dumber version of it. It's the same thing with ABCs. ABCs is just a dumb version of Elliott Wave, but because it's a easier, more straightforward version, this is the reason why it works so well. It's the same idea with this. Now, just because something is dumb doesn't mean that it's not good. Usually the dumb things are usually a lot better than the smarter ways to approach trading. Okay. I did a mentorship with Ment FX, all about smart money. That's why I'm saying for entries, do the 50% of the down move because of upward momentum. Yes, Alif, I know where you're coming from, but we're looking at this from a purely mechanical standpoint. I don't know where price is gonna go. I don't care where, you know, I'm not doing it to kind of, I don't want to insult anyone, but like, I'm trying to keep this as mechanical as possible. I'm not trying to project. I'm not looking for certain areas to be hit. I'm just looking for price action to tell me when to enter. That's it. I'm looking for price action when to enter. From there, we set up our parameters, wait for a position to play out. If it wins, fantastic. If not, we move on to the next trade. The same mindset going into this is the exact same mindset I use for ABCs. So that's one of the reasons why I love this so much, is because it's very straightforward for the most part. Figuring out breaker structure might take a little bit of practice for some of you guys, but once you understand that, it's very straightforward. Nice, got it. 1 to 2 risk to reward, and that's it. Yep, just a 2 to 1 risk to reward, a fixed 2 to 1. So I go a little bit more like 2.02, 2.03 just to cover for fees, but a fixed 2 to 1, yeah, fixed 2 to 1 every time. ICT equals DGen plus, yes. If you guys haven't seen, go watch Ebon Trading's video on ICT. It kind of literally like hits the nail on the head of what I think about ICT and how he approaches trading. This is a fantastic video. It's 43 minutes long, but it kind of picks apart a lot. And so it's the same thing with Elliott Wave guys. He talks shit and makes fun of Elliott Wave traders, which I do the same thing. But what he does is it's not that far off from Elliott Wave, and it's actually really funny. It's just doing it differently. Can you drop the link for the prop firm? Absolutely, Leaf. Absolutely. I should get a goddamn referral code for this. So many of you guys are signing up. I might have to email. Oh, I do have I can get a referral link. All right, sorry, Leaf. If you're gonna do it, I gotta, you know, I'll get something out of this. And I'm sorry, Skynet. I know you just signed up. I'm not gonna sit here and push. You don't have to use it. I just realized I had one. How do you, let's see, I'm confused on how to set up an order. You have stop loss and TP, but how do you manage your leverage? The beautiful thing about trading Forex with lots is that the leverage is incorporated in the lot size. Dang, what if you used yours? It's okay, Skynet. I apologize. I didn't even know I had one. I didn't even know I can get one. So like when I move this slider, you see how this number is changing. This is calculating what position size you use, and it's telling you what position size to put into the platform. But notice how there's no leverage slider like Bybit. It incorporates the leverage for you, if that makes sense, based on your stop loss. And the beautiful thing is that that number is incorporating the stop loss already, so you don't have to sit there and do extra math to figure out the stop loss within it itself, if that makes sense. So that's why I use this. So if you want to copy this as well, and also Alif, before you sign up, make an account and use the discount code. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to use it with my affiliate link. But sign in, all right, and use the coupon code MATCH. All right, if you hit match, hit apply, it gives you a pretty good discount. So if you can't use it because of my referral code, that's fine. You don't have to use my referral code. I'd rather you get the better deal. But if you can, that'd be fantastic. I would appreciate it. But yeah, Sky Knight, don't worry about it. It's fine. If you end up buying another one, Sky Knight, let me know. I would appreciate it. You don't have to, but if you end up buying another one, I would appreciate if you did sign up for the next challenge. And the beautiful thing about this, like, you don't have to use a lot of money. You know, you can start off with a 10K challenge, pay $70, and from there, if you fail, that's fine. You're not too invested. You can always work your way up to higher amounts. What's the temperature going to be like today? Might go outside and go for a walk. I need to start reading Trading Zone again. That's not the right place. That was in... Nope, that's not the right place either. Where I live. Oh, it's going to be 65? Ooh, I might have to go outside today. 100 here? That's hot. That's very hot. Excuse me. Oh, Great British Pound swept. Or you got to get into other pairs when you get more comfortable, or stay in the same pairs with more accounts. I'm just going to do same pair, more accounts, Drew. If it down the line, if we can get a system to where it makes sense to, you know, if it's more consistent on a different pair, I'll consider it. But for me, if this works, as long as it keeps working, I don't plan on changing it. Yep, Grant, GU sweep. Strong P, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good morning. Good afternoon. If I can get another win today, I'll be so fucking happy. But can't force it. Cannot force it. So we do have a potential break of structure entry on. I don't know if this would be considered a. I'm not sure if this is a great break of structure. I'm a little bit more. I want to see Euro do a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna wait for this candle to close, and I'm gonna go grab a water because I need to. I'm empty. Correction, now I'm empty. You need a low each side of the candle. So this one, I think it would still be this one, to be honest. That's what I'm thinking. All right, hold on. Let's see. Other candle would have been above for swing high. I think it's 10 a.m. candle. Yeah. Okay. So I was right. I agree. Okay. So yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. I would need to see a more significant break of the trend on GU before I can consider a better position. All right, I'm gonna go grab some more water. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn off my camera because I gotta move some shit in order to get to the door. I'll be here though. Boom. Disappeared. Oh. All right, I'm back. I just gotta. Camera on. Phone's back in. What do I look like? Blue. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Depends on which breaks the structure first, but doesn't GU look stronger? It depends, Grant. It depends if it holds, because you know it is holding above this ABC pretty well. That'd be cool if we can figure out a way to incorporate ABCs to maybe like making the strategy a little bit better. I think it'd be fucking awesome. But it's holding pretty well, so we'll have to wait and see. I think how it handles the break of structure, if it can create and go above the break of structure, is where I would determine. Now let's see. Does Phantom post his trades, or would you start? So I'm gonna post entries on my Discord. If you, yep, Grant said it too. If you follow him on Twitter, just Phantom_ISTT, I believe, on Twitter. He posts all of his trades there for free. It's mostly after the fact, but if you want to use that to kind of give a better idea of how to enter, that'd be fantastic. You picked an awesome week for Vegas. Gonna be beautiful. Yeah, you know what's funny? I looked at that. That was like 2 days ago. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be hot. And I'm literally the day. So I'm gonna be landing there. We're gonna be landing there at night. So it's probably gonna be around like 9 p.m. on a Monday. So I'll be there around 9 p.m. Monday, Vegas time. And like literally the day before, 2 days before, it's when the temperature is just gonna drop like almost 20 degrees. So I think that's pretty fucking cool. And even still, throughout the rest of the week, it's gonna be like what, high 70s, low 80s. Fantastic. Let's see. There's a whole world outside the US. You guys have good passports. Try going outside. I've been outside the US. But the US is so nice though. I just love it. Is the lot size the one above the RR? Yes, it's not the decimal point, it's the one next to it. So you see us as 187. All you have to do is just divide that by 100, or just carry the decimal place over 2 times to the left. So instead of 187, it's 1.87. So whatever you set on here, it'll give you the lot size, which is very nice. And looks like GU might be the play. GU might be the play. Is this our break of structure? I don't like this candle. I think no, because you need a low on both sides. Okay. Yeah. That's actually a good way. Who said that? I think it was Pop, right? Yeah, Pop. That's actually a really good way to help determine break of structure. I didn't think about it like that. I like that a lot, actually. I'm pretty sure that sounds like something Phantom said. I'm just getting myself ready just in case. I hit right click. There you go. All right, well, my account's technically at 25,480. All right, so basically at 25,480 at 1%, it's telling me 1 point. Why is this a smaller number? Oh, because it's a smaller stop loss. All right, so 1 point. So basically, I'm gonna go into this trade at 1.82. I don't. Maybe I'll do 1.5. Yeah, I'll do 1.5. If this hits, I'm gonna be very close to passing. So 2.73. So I'm gonna pop up this here on the top. Is the lots okay? I already answered that question. Okay. So remember, guys, we need a candle body close above that line. No wicks. All right, candle body closes. So like what I do is, it's a little confusing, but if the candle starts going above, you can take the circle on the left side and you can move it accordingly. Don't worry about the R and R at first. Just make sure you get the right entry, and then you can adjust the R and R as your take profit after. But usually I like to set everything beforehand so I know all I have to do is just move this, type in the number, and I'm good. All right, so we're not entering yet. We got to wait till to see how this candle body closes. If this starts pumping significantly and EU gives a better entry, I'm going to move over to EU. Johnny, what is the win rate with this advanced ABC strat? If I had to guess, I mean, I would say since when I started, I would say about maybe 60%, 55 to 60%. It's usually not that high. All right, we're on a fantastic win streak. I will admit, we're on a killer win streak right now. So it was a little slow for me at the beginning. So if I had to give you an average, according to the stats over the course of like a 9-month period, the win rate's been about 55 to 56%. Now that's great with a 1 to 2. Yes, I know that's fantastic with a 1 to 2. With a 1 to 2, you literally all you need is to be above a 34% win rate. That's it with a 1 to 2. Anything above that, it's significant. Guys, so remember, I am watching GU, but if EU gives a better entry, I might just take EU instead. Now, in these situations, it does take some discretion, all right, and it's something you'll get used to with over time. All right, you can see we're currently above, so I'm going to be eyeing EU over GU just because GU is pumping pretty high above the entry as it is. All right, we're and to be honest, I actually kind of like EU better than GU, but I can't be biased. All right, so I'm going to stick with EU for now. Let's see if I'm on the right side of this coin. Actually, I got to watch both just to be safe. I'm going to watch both because if EU doesn't close above, I have to jump to GU. But GU is getting close to that stop loss limit, so just be aware. So anything above 20, all right, so I know it's at 19.3. Anything above 20 or 200, that's 20 pips. That's a no trade. So we're already getting close to that. Yeah, so right now, GU's a no trade. Stick to EU, guys. Stick to EU. Unless GU can drop down pretty significant back down to that entry. I'm going to be watching EU. We're doing this live. I'm going to get my position ready. I might have to change it a little bit. Did you see Joel and Jay wrote 23 pips for stop loss? Really? I didn't see that. I'll take a look. All right, we got a minute 47. We're currently below EU, so I'm switching back to GU. Guys, usually it's not this complex. It's not this intense. Most of the time, one coin will give you a way much more significant entry than the other. Most of the time, you're never doing this. So this is a once in a while kind of thing. All right, I'm going to switch back over to GU. The entry here. Hopefully EU can get back above. I would like to take EU instead. I did not like how I rejected, but just because I don't like something doesn't mean it can't work. Watch me don't get a candle body close on GU either. So if this candle does not close above this line, we're not taking the trade. Right now we're back on the EU. Or sorry, GU. 2.61. I'm just getting my position ready. We might not get this entry. Mr. Reckless, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Sorry, we're about to take an entry here. We can sustain above this for the next 10 seconds. Now remember, guys, I like to slide as this is getting close. So 3 seconds. 2.37. All right, stop loss. We're going to go 121,297. I'm gonna stick with that just in case. Whoops, I'm retarded. 1.21818 TP. All right, and that's it. We set it and let it go. Now pump it, Johnny. I'll do my best for these. I'll make a phone call. Johnny, I just saw YouTube already of Imperfect Trader, and he bought funded accounts worth 2.7 million. He's using Trade Copier to trigger a trade on all accounts. The amount he gains or loses per trade is insane. Yes, I actually, you know what's funny? I just talked about that earlier. I was watching an episode of his documentary. Yeah, he's a little bit of a degen. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of how he trades. But when you're playing with 2.7 mil is a lot, man. 2.7 mil is a lot. Like if I had 2.7 mil right now funded, and if we had the week that we've been having, I'd be up 4%. I'd be up 4% on a 2.7 mil account. Just this week alone. That's a lot. 100K is a lot. And let's see what happens. What lot size did you use for your position? So according to this, what was my entry? My entry was at 21477. I used a little bit more than what it was said. So I was supposed to use 2.12, but I used 2.37. I might have to see if I can scale out of that. But if not, no worries. And guys, EU, what I've noticed sometimes too is that sometimes like the other coin will come in, put in one more low, and then go. So EU can do that, and GU cannot. You know, we don't necessarily have to hit our stops. So it might look bad, but if EU puts in another lower low and reclaims that level, it could play in our favor. And I'm not playing the 100K account on this because I'm already done. I'm already done with. I just need to trade 2 more days, so I just need to go ahead and just make some BS trades on a smaller amount the next 2 days, and I'll be good. That's why I'm not actively trading the 100K. I'm just trading this one. Does David Tech to Forex? I know he's messed around with some SMC stuff. Not that I know of actively. When you post your trades, will you post stop loss, TP, and lot? Yes. You pass phase. No, I'll be passing phase 1, Mr. Reckless. Just phase 1. I can show you that real quick. All right, so you can see profit target for phase 1. I already passed that. I just need to trade for 2 more days, and then I'm good. Well, congrats, bro. Thank you. Hopefully we can. I mean, if we keep up this win streak, I should be passing phase 2 of the 25K account. Probably, hopefully, maybe by next week. That'd be fucking amazing. And then I'll start phase 2 of the 100K next week as well. And yeah, keep up the good work. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mr. Reckless. Hopefully, hey, you know, you guys can do this too. You know, shout out to everyone who's doing this with me. You don't have to. Appreciate you guys taking the time of doing this on your own, researching it, trying it out. Try ABC on 100K. Maybe one day, Prateesh. Maybe one day. I have a feeling it's not going to work out that well, but we can try. Another time, though. Another time. Let's see. So yeah, I wouldn't want to use 25 pips, but I saw it in their rules. Huh. Let's see. So, you got to get into options or indices as well. Maybe, Drew, if it makes sense. The only reason why I hopped on this is because the strategy itself is very, very similar to how ABCs work. Not from an actual, like, how to find trades and how to actually take the trades. More from a fundamental standpoint, it's taking the idea that price takes out stops and runs in the opposite direction is very similar to how ABCs work. And it's the main reason why I'm using it. If I can find something that, you know, maybe works in its own fashion with indices and stocks, absolutely, why not? But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Is your plan to stack funded accounts? Let's say you pass 100K. Will you get another one, or are you satisfied with just one account? Mr. Reckless, I'm aiming for the fucking moon. All right, we're going to Mars. We're going to Pluto. All right, I'm going gun-ho on this. Gun-ho. I don't know why I said gung. But I have a chart here, and basically here's my plan. I'm going to tell you guys my plan. This is my plan going forward. So once I get funded on these 2 accounts, so 100K and 25K, I'm probably going to try out the Blue Guardian one. I'm going to shop around, but I'm probably going to try the Blue Guardian just because I can get 200K for relatively cheap. If not, maybe I'll try a 300K from another firm somewhere. I don't know why I have Rocket 21 twice on here. But I'm probably most likely going to try a 200K somewhere. All right. So let's say I try 200K. Let's say I get funded. Great. Now I'm on track to make on average around 6,500 a month. That's the goal. And then from there, I'm going to stack it again. I'm probably going to end up just taking half off the table, paying bills or whatever, and take the other half and reinvest into another account. And from there, I'm going to go for the moon and shoot for a 500K. The beautiful part about this is that because I have the consistent money coming in, I can afford to be a lot more aggressive with these accounts. So there's a chance I might blow an account or two, but once I get funded with those accounts, the chance for growth just becomes even more exponential, because I'm going to be reducing my risk once I get funded, but being more aggressive with the challenge accounts. So if I can pass that, all right, we're only at 4 accounts here, right? And if I can average around 2% a month, that's a nice 16.5K monthly bankroll there. That's nothing to fucking scoff at. And we're gonna do it again, and I'm probably gonna end up at this point. This is where I'll buy multiple challenges at a time. So I'll probably buy one from here, maybe one from here. So now we're gonna acquire another 900K in funding, and you can see how this snowball gets very increasingly more, a little bit too crazy. So 1.7 mil. Once I get to 1.7 mil in funding, hopefully I can continue to average a 34.5 grand monthly sustainable income. And then from there, I'm gonna take half, pocket the half, and I'm gonna go for the 2 mil. I'm going for the 2 mil. So once I can pass with the 2 mil, I'm gonna go for 74,500, and I'm probably just gonna buy maybe another, maybe 2. Maybe let's buy 2 more 2 mil challenges. So now, because on some of these firms you can have multiple accounts on one firm. I don't want to go too deep into one website just in case something happens. I might just go maybe 3 or 4, and then I'll just start buying a lot more. And you can see it gets to the point to where I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so maybe 10 accounts, and I can average around 150K a month. That's 2%. And according to the stats, according to how this has been going, like I'll do a quick, let's do some math quick. All right. Right now we're sitting at a 75% or 79% win rate, risking 1%. All right. I plan on cutting my risk in half on average, just to be conservative. So we're going to divide that by 2. So 40% over the course of 9 months. I'm even going to round up the time to 9 months. All right. On average, it's a 4.42, or I guess if you want to round down, 4.25. If you want to round up 5, 4.5. So 4.5, anywhere from, I'm just going to say 4.25 to be safe. 4.25. And if you want to be even safer, you can reduce your expectations even lower to 2% a month. So these numbers that you're seeing are based off of basically low ball expectations. Like these are numbers that you could achieve on the low end. And then the amount, the potential, and there's even more prop firms that I haven't even added to this list yet. Now it's going to get to a point where it's going to become a lot to manage, 15, 20, 30 accounts. It's going to get to the point where I'm going to be able to make a lot of money and be able to just fund my own. So, once I get to a certain amount, I'm going to start basically accumulating heavy. I don't know how long this is going to take. I think it'll be absolutely insane if I can get this done, or at least get anywhere. If I can get half of this number, before the bull run, oh my God, you can see how the snowball just gets ridiculous at this point. Start buying some bags, before the bull run. Even if I get in late, I'm okay with a 2 or 3x. If I'm dumping 75, 150K, at like multiple times periodically throughout the bull run, I'm okay with a small return with a larger amount. So that's the plan. And eventually I'll just keep going until I can't go no more, because I'm always going to pocket half, reinvest the rest until I get to a point where I'm comfortable. So I'm not saying, I'm not trying to get you guys excited, but just understand that when math is on your side, when strategy is on your side, we have an edge in the market, and when you use the power of, leveraging something like prop firms, you have a potential to make a lot of fucking money. So I'm not trying to get anyone too excited, but you guys can see it for yourself. Small little dump in crypto. Oh, he just came right back down. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah. Oh, well, fuck yeah. Wishing you wishing you the best. Thank you, Mr. Reckless. I do appreciate it. Once you do, let me know. Absolutely, J Trader. We'll see if I'll make that jump. Me too. Future target is 1 mil funding. Yeah, and you know what? With a lot of these accounts, guys, I don't know if you know this, but you can scale. So even though like we're just going based off of that, if you hit certain profit targets, they will bump up your account. So you don't theoretically have to have all these accounts to continue to grow. It's not going to be as exponential, but I can probably grow let's say if I get a stack like this, I can probably grow this stack to like probably 15-20 million dollars. And let's say you get to that point, and this is just hypothetical. Trying to think of like how to get to 20. So let's say 21 mil. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to fucking say. One of the things I realized after doing this and kind of like looking at this and kind of viewing it from a third party perspective, looking at other influencers and other people who do this. Okay, Phantom is in G. So it gets to the point to where like I can see why some of these people who do this stuff, even if they're not the most profitable or, you know, they're not making crazy amount of money, I can see how you can get up to a very large amount very fast. So it's pretty insane. Pretty insane. Almost entered EU on Tredu after swapping back and forth a bunch. I've done that before. Yep, I've done that before. Grant, I know that feeling. Thank you. Only problem is I need to take all the trades. When you are working, it is difficult. Yes. Oh, crypto's going for it. Oh, DXY is also going for it. Let's see what happens. Is our win streak going to be ruined today? Who knows and who cares? That's my motto. And you know what's crazy too with all of these firms, guys. If you pass all these challenges, you get the money back. So you can just double down. Even I mean, I'm not recommending you guys do this, but if you guys want to, you can double down and grow even faster. What's your win streak now? I believe. Let me check my MetaTrader. That's crazy. You can see all the trades on there. So on MetaTrader, I started with 100K. All right. Started with 100K. Accidentally messed up the first trade, but I ended up making like $72 in profit. But I hit a win, a loss, and 3 wins in a row. All right. If you want, I can show you guys the numbers. I'm going to take a screenshot and show you guys. Just because the MetaTrader on my phone is so much easier to navigate. Copy and delete. Go to Discord. I need to plug in my phone. Well, let me do that while I'm using it. God, we've been doing this for 2.5 hours almost. Jesus. I am tired. All right, so let me show you guys. So I believe I was on a three win streak. 3 trades in a row. All right, so I'll show you my MetaTrader. So my MetaTrader, we started at 100K. Like I said, I messed up and then I actually ended up making $72 by mistake. So then we hit a win, then a loss, win, win, win. And that was enough. I had to get to 108,000 to pass. 3 wins, 2-to-1 risk to reward is really good. Yeah. Doing a great job. I think they play a bit on this thing like refund plus stacking accounts to increase casino mind for a lot of traders going super aggressive and blowing accounts and keep same approach live. Yeah, I mean, they bank on people messing up and being degenerates, but the thing with prop firms is it's almost like trading. It's a zero-sum game. The only difference between prop firms and trading is prop firms, you have money going to one pot. The middleman wins. All right. They take the losers' money and they take the winners. They take the money that they make from the losers and pay the winners, and they keep the rest. Versus an actual trading, it's winners versus losers, and the one pays the other. If that makes sense. So yeah, they're banking on, and they are gonna, they use that to incentivize you to keep going. But you guys gotta understand, the majority of people who trade, the majority of people who do this kind of stuff are absolutely fucking degenerates, right? You don't understand. Like if you're a remotely decent trader, you are beating hundreds of thousands, if not millions of other people. You can get to the top 10% of traders really fucking fast if you can just get a few things in line very fast. You're going against literal degenerates. So that's why I used to have like a bad thing. I mean, I still think it's the majority of it's their own faults. Like if you're blowing up accounts, if you're doing stupid shit, that's on you. Oh, G is about to get stopped. Oh, I think technically I should have got stopped already. Yep, I got stopped. Whoa, no, we lost. That's all right. Wow, those fucking fees, man. I'm in the negatives. Oh no. Now I know what's gonna happen. EU's gonna break the low, come back up. I'm not gonna take another trade again. What platform are you using to... Oh, Grant, have it going. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not gonna be streaming again, so I'll be back. I'll be back to regular streaming in 2 weeks. Well, not next week, the week after. Oh, let's see. Which platform I'm using for Forex trade? So, I'm using a prop firm through Tradingview. This is through TradeLocker. And then on another account that I have, I'm using MetaTrader 5. I saw a guy paying more than 50K in challenges in a year. Going also absolutely wrecked, of course. Risk on asset completely plummet these days. Exactly. And then, see, that's your competition. You're going against idiots who blow $50,000, $100,000 on their accounts. They can't win. They're constantly losing. That's your competition. And all you have to do is not be degenerate. Focus on a good, consistent strategy that focuses on price action, taking liquidity, moving. I mean, that's like my opinion on how price works. And you just have to be consistent. That's it. That's the beautiful part about it. So, yeah. Mega Chop. I haven't heard that name in a very long time. How you doing, my friend? It's been a very long time since I've seen you on a stream. Hope you're doing well. Are you using ABCs on Forex as well? So technically no, Mega Chop. I'm using something a little bit different. This strategy is based on the same idea as ABCs, the same fundamental idea. The fundamental idea of ABCs is that price forms the A wave to create a area of support. We have a retracement and extension. People will go ahead and short, and eventually what happens, the market will eventually come back up, force these people to get stopped out of trades, and it'll create a cycle of trap positions, forcing market to go in the other direction. So I found this strategy using the premise of how do ABCs work from a general perspective? Why do they work? And I found a strategy that matches similarly to that. And in theoretically, how we take entries and what we look for, it's very similar to ABCs, but we're kind of using an extra layer of confirmation, if that makes sense. Is TradeLocker a good platform? What's your review on it? I mean, it's good. I haven't had any issues. It runs off of. Remember, this is not a actual. I'm not sure if this. Maybe this is an actual platform. I don't know. I'm just using it because the prop firm I use is using it. It reminds me a lot of Bybit. It's very Bybit-y. All you have to do is instead of setting your own leverage, everything's calculated within the lot size, and it's pretty straightforward. Like I haven't had any issues with it. Doing well. It's been a while. Still trying to make it in this game. Yeah, trading's tough, my friend. Trading is very tough. It's not for everyone, but if you stick to it, if you understand what it takes to be a good trader and focus on those areas, and over the course of it might take you 6 months, it might take you a year, it might take you 5 years, but if you stick to it, as long as you're not being reckless, I think in the longer term you'll prevail. So yeah, take small challenges to try to add a new stream of income with the goal to this stream of income becomes the main one. If I continue to do great, yeah, it's kind of the same approach for me. Same approach for me. You know, as much as I love trading crypto, I make okay money doing it, but it's not consistent, right? I'm going through a dry streak right now. I haven't taken money out of crypto. I haven't taken profit out of crypto in probably like 4 months, 5 months. So I got bills to pay. I got other stuff to do. So that's what kind of drew the curiosity of trying to find something else that works. And that's where I came up with this. I appreciate the encouragement. No problem. No problem, my friend. Just keep it up. Let's see. Which are trading days for next week? Let's take a look. I have a calendar. Someone made a calendar in the Discord, which it makes life a lot easier for me. Let me find it and I'll share it here. Copy. All right, we're gonna do. Open browser. Okay. So at the moment we are in September. So 27th October. Next week's gonna be just Monday and Tuesday. So I'll be. Oh wait, you know what? I'll be here on Monday. Yeah, I'll be here on Monday. I forgot my flight leaves at 7 p.m., not 7 a.m. So I'll be here on Monday. I'll let you guys know in the Discord when I'm gonna stream. But Tuesday I'll be in Vegas. So I won't be streaming, but maybe I'll be active on the Discord and maybe we can chat on there. But yeah. October 2nd to 3rd. And looks like, wow, the 3rd week of October we only have one trading day. Wow, the last week of October into the first week of November, there's no trading days. So yeah. All right, guys. Let's do Wordle, and I'm gonna go to bed because for some reason today I had a hard time falling back asleep after the London session, so I am tired. Raise. S. Shine. Okay, so it is slime. Oh, smile. I don't like to smile. There we go. Shine like the sun. There you go. Let's see. Which are the trading day? Okay, so I will be only on London session. Okay, cool. That's fine. I'll be here though. I'll be here on Monday. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Strong P. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. Pratish on Monday. Shine like the sun. Exactly. Shine like a sun. All right. We're gonna go ahead and let's do the thing. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We took an L for the first time in a while, which I'm fine with. And yeah. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and do the thing. I'm gonna drag this over here. Just center myself. Maybe should I do the face cam outro? Should we do this? Gotta center myself in frame. Time for me to get off the bench. Exactly. Yep. Drew, you don't have to sign up using my referral code, but if you do buy a prop challenge, I would appreciate it. But you don't have to. It's okay. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to probably do some Forex stuff today if I have time. I'm finished, wrap it up. It's only going to be a couple videos at first. I'm going to open it up to those who want it. So if you guys are interested in the Forex stuff, DM me on Discord. If you're in my Discord. If you're not in my Discord, you don't have to sign up. But it's going to be a better way to learn about this type of stuff that you see me doing on stream. So I'll be here on Monday morning. And then Tuesday, I won't be streaming. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. Let's do the thing. Thank you, Drew. I'll say have an awesome time in Vegas. Spend in one pocket, wins in exactly. Yep, exactly. Drew, Strong P, Pratish, Mega Chop. It's good to see you again, my friend. Hope you do. Hope to see you again soon. Romain, Voss. Let's see. Zaman, Grant, Mr. Reckless, Sky Knight, J Trader, Pop. Yeah. So if I don't see you, hopefully to see you guys on the next stream. A Leaf, Beta Bot, but really do appreciate you guys stopping by today. All right, guys, let's do the thing. I really don't care. My hat's crooked. It's all just a giant shit show. Take care, bro. You too, Mr. Reckless. Take care. Where's the button? There it is. Bye-bye.